Another day, another super microcomputer moment for you. The stock is down yet again on Wednesday. It was down yesterday as well. Well, depending when you're watching this video. So Wednesday, Tuesday, the stock continues to go down. We covered already a couple of, well, news related stuff with regards to the company. But as we get nearer to November 16, that's basically when we're going to know whether or not they reach an agreement with Nasdaq, right? If they are compliant or not, if they're getting an extension or not. If not, delisting from the Nasdaq, which could then lead to a rebalancing of the S&P 500. Because remember, earlier this year, when the stock went up quite a lot, when the stock was up over 300%, right? Earlier this year, well, they then got included in the S&P 500. And since then, the stock is down quite significantly. I mean, the last month or so, the stock is down 56%. In the last 5 days, the stock is down another 7.5% or so. Now it has a market cap of $12.3 billion and a forward PE of 7.2 times. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, in the last 3 years, stock is still up 379% or so. Why is that? Well, because it's a real company, right? It's a company that does sell goods and services. So it exists. It's not fugazi, right? It exists. But they have a history of, well, shady accounting. And to be honest, I found it extremely strange that we had to reach this point right now. I mean, you cannot tell me that EY, Ernst & Young, did not have any suspicion on what's going on there couple of months earlier, right? Before they got included in the index. You cannot tell me that nobody at S&P knew about the shady stuff that was going on there, or maybe not shady, because again, it's not really 100% confirmed, but to be honest, the more delays, the more it confirms the suspicions, right? Even if the special committee said they found nothing, blah, blah, blah. If they found nothing, why does it take so long? Plus, the fact that an auditor like EY said, look, we do not want to be near this, tells me already quite enough. Because who's going to take on SMCI now, right? From the big four, who's going to take them on? PwC, KPMG, those are the two names that are yet to touch SMCI. But if they see that the other guys in the big four consultant companies, right, moving away from SMCI, why should they come in? Because remember, this is a publicly traded company, a big one, right? $12 billion in market cap. So a small firm might take it on, but is that enough for the stock market? Is that enough for investors to regain confidence? I think not, right? It will have to be one of those big guys. And how are you going to convince one of those big guys to take you on as a client when, well, you're always late with your filings. You do not want to admit that, well, there are some shenanigans happening inside the company. This is a very, very family-owned type of business, right? We've gone over the short report. I mean, family-owned businesses from the outside, some deals here and there. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how they can change the culture there. They will have to be removing family members, and I don't know if that's a thing that they want to do. So remains to be seen. But yesterday, they filed, well, basically the filing that you need to file for late filings, if that makes sense. So we're going to go over that in this video. Do share your thoughts on this whole SMCI thing. Are you trading it? Did you sell it? Let me know down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that. Would really appreciate it. And if you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, I need to correct myself for something I said in the last video with regards to the Malaysia plans. So Supermicro's Malaysia plans are unchanged. The firm denies Taiwan media report about financial troubles affecting orders. They said that the plans for a Malaysia factory are unchanged after a report said financial troubles meant it would scale back the project. Supermicro told CNA that it plans to begin shipping from the factory before the end of 2024, in line with previously announced plans. The comment followed a report in UDN's Economic Daily News earlier the same day that said the company had changed its plans in Malaysia due to a financial crisis. In response, Supermicro said, we successfully continue to win business in Malaysia's highly competitive market. We are fulfilling all approved orders on time and customer orders remain strong. So I had to report that because I did report on the other piece. So here is this one, a little correction. Now, with regards to the 10K delay, with regards to the Nasdaq compliance, they said this, of course, 1 week ago when they announced their preliminary results. So they remain unable at this time to predict when the 10K will be filed, right? Then with regards to the Nasdaq compliance plan. Oh, by the way, before that, they also said here that the committee is recommending a series of remedial measures for the company to strengthen its internal governance and oversight functions, and the committee expects to deliver the full report on the completed work this week, so that was last week, or next, so this one, and we still have only 2.5 days left, so yeah, we'll see what happens with that. With regards to the Nasdaq compliance plan, so Supermicro announced on September 20 that it received a notification letter from Nasdaq stating the company is not in compliance with Nasdaq listing rule 5250, which requires timely filing of reports with the US SEC. On September 17, a letter was sent as a result of the company's delay in filing its Form 10K. So, under the Nasdaq rules, the company has 60 days from the date of the notice either to file the Form 10K or to submit a plan to regain compliance with Nasdaq's listing rules. If a plan is submitted and accepted, the company could be granted up to 180 days from the 10K due date to regain compliance. So it's not another extra 180 days, it's basically adding 120 days. If Nasdaq does not accept the company's plan, then the company will have the opportunity to appeal the decision to a Nasdaq hearing panel. The company intends to take all necessary steps to achieve compliance with the Nasdaq continued listing requirements as soon as possible. Well, the as soon as possible is reaching its limits pretty soon. So if you go on SMCI's website, you look at the SEC filings, you can see the following, by the way, some RSU and stuff like that. So statement of changes in beneficial ownership. And then we've got this one right here, November 13, notification that quarterly report will be submitted late. So this is basically a notification of late filing. If you see the 12B5 something something, it's basically this. So Supermicro is unable to file its quarterly report on Form 10Q for the period ending September 30, 2024 in a timely manner without unreasonable effort or expense. I mean, without unreasonable effort or expense. Guys, you're a publicly traded company. Unreasonable effort. You should have done everything to be on time. But okay, I guess not. As previously announced, the company has been unable to file its annual report on Form 10K for the period ending June 30. That's what we've seen before. As previously disclosed, in response to information that was brought to the attention of the audit committee of the company's board of directors, the board of directors formed a committee, they name it here the special committee, to review certain of the company's internal controls and other matters, the review. As disclosed in the company's Form 8K filed on October 30, 2024, prior to the completion of the review, the company's independent registered public accounting firm at the time, EY, resigned. The company is diligently working to select an independent registered public accounting firm. Okay, good luck with that. The special committee, which by the way, one analyst did say, yeah, good luck with finding a new auditor. Yeah, okay, the tone of it is a bit different, but I don't know, it was funny to hear that. The special committee has completed its investigation based on a set of initial concerns raised by the former firm, basically EY. The special committee has other work that is ongoing, but expects the review to be completed soon. What is soon? Give us a date. Why can't you give us a date? It just doesn't make any sense. Additional time is also needed for 1. The company to select and engage a successor firm. Yeah, that's going to take some time. And then the company's management to complete its assessment of the effectiveness of its internal controls over financial reporting. I mean, yeah, you're going to make changes inside the company and then you are going to be the judge of if those changes make any sense. Again, this is lots of family members in those businesses. So yeah, okay. Then the successor firm, so the one that's supposed to be the auditors replacing EY, will need to conduct its audit of the financial statements to be incorporated in the 2024 Form 10K and conduct its audit of the company's internal controls over financial reporting as of June 30. That's going to take quite a while in my opinion. Further, additional time is needed for the company to prepare the Q1 2025 Form 10Q and for the successor firm to review the interim financial statements to be included in the Q1 2025 Form 10Q. The Form 10Q cannot be completed and filed until the 2024 Form 10K is completed and filed. So yeah, it's like an infinite loop, like this cannot be done if this cannot be done, and this cannot be done before this cannot be done, etc., etc., etc. I mean, I'm laughing right now, but if I were a shareholder, I would not be laughing. Or maybe you're laughing because it's sad. I don't even know anymore. So the last thing here, as a result of the foregoing, the company needs additional time to finalize the financial statements and related disclosures to be filled as part of the delinquent reports. Let's see if this is enough or if they'll come with another excuse tomorrow. We'll see. And then the filing ends with this. So this is basically Charles Liang, the CEO. You got the area code and phone number, you want to call him. And then you basically have to cross two things here. So one, have all the periodic reports required under Section 13 or 15 of the Securities Exchange Act, blah, blah, blah. Have they been filed? No. The company's annual report 10K for the fiscal year ending has not been filed. Then they ask here if, well, they anticipate any significant changes in the results of operations from the last fiscal year that will be reflected in the upcoming earnings statement. And they said here, yes. And so now I guess the waiting game is back on, right? We're now waiting to hear back and see whether or not delisting or extension. And even if they get an extension, everything that needs to happen will take time, right? They still need to find an auditor. That auditor first needs to review the 10K and then the last quarter as well. So yeah, I mean, they have 120 days extra if that happens, of course. So yeah, they'll have to work night and day, I believe. Overall, it's quite a story. I mean, if we look at the chart here real quick, on a weekly, believe it or not, we are still not oversold. Still not oversold. The stock does go a little bit lower. It's now very close to $20. We are now under that big base that was formed back in 2023. And so we're back here at levels not seen since, well, around May 2023. So it's going to be quite interesting to follow what happens in the next couple of days and weeks, especially because this is SMCI, especially because this is not, I don't know, a supermarket company or something like that, shoemaking company. No, it's SMCI. It's working with the likes of NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, etc., etc. So it's quite important, especially in this day and age, right? In the whole AI hype cycle, growth cycle, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see what happens. Do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all of that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.